Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be applying the Bullyliner. Again, this is the camo green, same that I used on the cab. So I've got this all sanded out. A lot of the small spots you're not going to see. And again, it's not paint. You can hide quite a bit with the bed liner. So some of the imperfections I'm not too worried about. But got it all sanded out, wiped down. Used some cheesecloth to get the rest of dust, any particles left on it. So yeah, it's ready to spray. Did touch up a few spots in the bed with some primer that had some pretty big bare spots. So I've got those done and it's ready to go. So the tailgate, I have it already over here. I'm only going to do the top for right now. I'll have to let this side dry and then flip it over and do the inside. After this side dries, and then hopefully it doesn't mess it up. I'll probably give it a little bit of time before I do the other side, but ought to have 90% of it done. I would really like to get the box done and possibly even set back on the truck before the weekend. So it's kind of the goal. Like I said, it's putting on the liner is pretty simple. Goes on really nice. This one here, what's even nice is there's no, you don't have to wear a respirator or any of that. It's all, you're good. So makes this one a lot easier than your Raptor liner. But again, I'm not super crazy about the pigment, the way it turned out on the cab. So it looks all right, but my experience with bed liner, it lays a lot smoother color-wise. So anyway, I will get a coat put on, and I'm probably not going to record this. Applying it is pretty straightforward. Hook it up to your gun and shoot it. It's pretty easy. I think in the cab video, I took footage of actually applying it, so you guys can check that out if you'd like. Yeah, and I'll cut back when I get this thing, at least a coat on, and kind of show you the steps in between. All right, so I'm actually going to apply this here on the back. Kind of looking at the pattern there, you guys can see it's going on pretty smooth. So that's what I'm going to go with and go around the rest of it and get it all coated at least once here. All right, so got the first coat on the truck here. It's drying. You can kind of see the different pigments here. Still got to do another coat, but went on pretty well. Like I said, you guys can see the shading. Some of that's just what's still wet and what's starting to dry. So yeah, not looking too bad. Back here. So starting to get her. I'm getting closer anyway. So kind of once this all dries, I think it says like 1 to 4 hours. I'll probably give it like an hour and a half and then hit all this again. I got to save a little bit. I think I used 3 bottles. I need to go check because I've got to do the underside of this tailgate. So I'm not real sure what that line is. I'm hoping that comes out. Yeah, spots on the fender. You can't even tell anything was done there. So again, you can hide a lot with this bed liner. It looks a lot better than what it did. And yeah, I've still got 1 bottle left. So kind of the plan is to put the next, I got 8 total. So I'll put hopefully 1 more coat over everything. Make sure I get like up underneath that bed rail. You guys can see over there on the opposite side. Got to get all that sprayed really good up and underneath the underside of everything. Get all that hit great, and then I'm hoping to hopefully have a bottle or 2 left to kind of go around, and anything I might miss once I get some light on it, I can touch all that up as well. Any spots there might be some, anything not completely covered. So, but yeah, it's going on good. Anyway, I'll cut back when I get the next coat on and show you what it looks like. All right, guys, so got the second coat on the truck. Doesn't look too bad. I almost got the bed. It's like 90% done. So everything on the outside has got 2 coats on it. Everything's looking really good. Inside the bed here, I've only got, you can kind of see what I've sprayed shiny. So the middle, I couldn't reach. And so I'm gonna let this all dry overnight, climb up, because I need to do from the fender, middle of the fender forward, and make sure I get up underneath that bed rail. And the same thing, sorry, I've already started shutting the shop up, but this light's not great. And then do the front. So not a whole lot left in here to finish this up. Really just 1 coat, let it dry, and then really just go over the whole thing and make sure I didn't miss anything. I tried to make sure I got this lower section really good up underneath the kind of the underside of the bed there and around the fenders. And yeah, looks like it's all coated nicely. It looked really good just after the first coat. I had like maybe 3 or 4 spots where you could still see through, but once it dried, everything was nice and dark and even. It actually looked pretty decent. Honestly, maybe even a little better than what the cab turned out. So hoping that's the case. Once this all dries, it'll all be pretty close to even. Tailgate, I've got it all coated. This side is done. I got to flip it over, so I'll probably bring a blanket or something and throw down so I can flip this over and set on top of it and hopefully not mess up what I've done. I think 20 or 12 hours or whatever. I'm gonna give it as long as I can to dry. It looks like I need to hit there in the latch and kind of see if there's some, I don't know if you guys can see right there in that corner. It's what's really, really hard with the color this truck was and the color I'm putting on it. It is really difficult to see like those type of spots. So I'll probably hit that one more time when I do maybe the bed. I don't know, I'll figure something out. I need to hit that again, but I don't want to open up another bottle because I don't have really a place to spray it. I mean, there's nothing really needing more coats right now. So probably get that. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it. Honestly, the handle might cover that. So it probably would be all right. I'm not real sure how big those handles, you know, how much they cover, but anyway, that's where it's at for this evening. Like I said, plan is to come in tomorrow, finish the inside of the bed, do the other side of the tailgate, let it dry, hopefully over the weekend is now the plan. It's supposed to be super, super crappy this weekend weather-wise, so probably just leave it in here until Monday or Tuesday, and then back the truck in, try to set the bed onto the truck, maybe even get it bolted down, we'll see. It'd be nice to get the bed back on the truck, get all that hooked back up, and have this part of the project done, and I can get started on some of the other stuff on the truck. So yeah, that's where she's at, and I will probably cut back tomorrow and show you guys the final product. All right, so it's the next day. I'm getting ready to do the other side of the tailgate here. Got it flipped over. The outside of the bed looks really good, except right here. I've got to hit that. And then on the other side, I got to make sure I got in these little tie downs or whatever you want to call them spots. So you guys can see, I think it's this one. Really, really hard to see, but you guys can kind of see the shine there. So I've got to hit that when I do the inside of the bed here. So pretty much the outside is done. So right now I am going to get set up. I've got the tailgate all painted or wiped down, ready to go. So I'm going to spray the inside of the bed here, get it knocked out, and then I'm probably going to do the tailgate, then jump inside the bed, knock the bed out, and then put another light coat on the inside, just make sure I got good coverage on this tailgate, and call it done. So that's where I'm at. I do have some bolts, some stuff on this that I got to get fixed. So all 3 broke off in my tailgate latch. So I'm gonna get those out. Hopefully I can get them out. We'll see how that goes. But get those pulled out. I've got to order a couple bolts. This one here for the tailgate latch. This thing's been pulled apart forever, and I think it got lost here in the shop. So, and then I've got a couple of these that I need to get for the tie downs. Also going to paint these as well as these little tailgate hinges. So it's kind of where it's at right now. So I'm going to go ahead and start spraying the bed and get the tailgate done. And I will probably do kind of a final after I'm completely done with all this. And then the next video will be hopefully the bed back on the truck, walking around the whole thing, put back kind of together. So anyway, I'm gonna jump into it. All right, guys, so I've got the last coat on the bed here. I believe I've got everything hit. Really looks good. I've kind of walked around it a few times. Got all these corner pockets done, as well as a little spot here that was by the fuel fill door. It's kind of hard to get way down there. You guys can see that, but you're not really going to see it unless you're really looking at it. So yeah, I had one spot right there I had to hit. But yeah, doesn't look too bad. I may try to catch that angle just a little bit on those. I don't know, it's hard to get in there. I don't want to pull up or make a mess trying to spray those, so probably leave them like they are. But yeah, it's looking good. Again, it's starting to dry. Tailgate, you guys can see where it's turning black there in the center. So I got one more coat to go over, make sure I hit everything. But I think I've got all around the edges really nice, in these creases and along this seam. Yeah, getting really close. Like I said, I got one more coat to put on this, and I think I'm gonna call it done, and then we'll be hopefully ready to put this box back on the truck. So got the last coat on. Everything is drying right now. The bed is getting close. You guys can see that it's still a little wet in places. Yeah, it looks pretty decent. You guys can kind of see, like, this side is already dry, but you guys can kind of see that dark where it's darker kind of through here. That's the part that kind of frustrates me with this. It doesn't really matter what I do. I've changed pressures, kind of changed the way I was applying it. It doesn't really seem to matter. You just get these dark pockets, and I don't really know what it is. I don't know if it's the pigment or the rubber that's in the bed liner. I'm not real sure. I know I don't get that with your Raptor liner. You guys probably watched the video. If you haven't, the video with even the color match bed liner doesn't do that. I mean, it went on perfect. You don't get any of that shading, like whatever you want to call it. So it does thin out, like over time. The cab's not quite as noticeable, but there's still spots where, and it's actually where it's rougher. And again, I can't figure out how to get that out. It doesn't really seem. I've tried. I thought maybe I wasn't shaking the bottles long enough. Again, tried changing pressures, put it on heavy or higher pressure, lower pressure. Doesn't really seem to matter. So honestly, I think I was running today about 55-ish pounds. That seems to go on like the best texture wise, but you still wind up with these darker spots, and like, again, it's typically where it's a little smoother or whatever. So a little frustrating. I know with Raptor liner, you get like some glossier spots every once in a while, but that does fade out. I was kind of hoping this would fade. So far in the cab, it has a little bit. We'll see. I really haven't used the truck much because it's been pulled apart. So I'm hoping maybe when I wash it a few times, sorry, air compressor just kicked on, but kind of hoping when I wash the truck or use it a little bit, maybe it'll smooth out. But we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated as I finish this. But yeah, that's probably my only frustration with this product. It seems to be really durable, goes on really smooth. The no odor is awesome. So it's not a bad product, but we'll see what, a year down the road, how it's holding up. Has that splotchiness kind of faded, or is it still noticeable? So, but anyway, I'll walk around the tailgate real quick here, and yeah, we're gonna call this a video. The next video will actually be hopefully the truck back together. So I'm not really gonna show all of that, but yeah, I'm happy with it. Definitely looked better than what it did before. Now it's all one color, so it will be nice to have the truck put back together. Again, future videos, there will be a front bumper build. I will also be using Bullyliner black to do that once I get it built. So that video is coming hopefully in the next couple weeks. There'll be some videos like on tail lights and some other random stuff on the interior. So it's kind of where we're at with the 96 Dodge Ram. So stay tuned. If you guys like the video, love it if you'd subscribe, share it, whatever. Really, channel's slowly growing, so it's nice. Don't make a whole lot off of this, but it does kind of help pay for some of the projects and different things to be able to keep making content. So yeah, we'll catch you all on the next one. Thanks for watching.